Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Gentlemen, has this ever happened to you? You get pranked by your significant other into going out on a date with her, even though you didn't really plan anything for that particular day. Still, you are allured by her hotness, and the only possible escape plan for you is...
Where do you want to go? Sushi?
Let me guess. Sushi. I said sushi, right?
Yes, sushi. I'm not the biggest fan of sushi as of yet, but you know what, gentlemen? The next time it happens, I got you covered. Remember the Nobu. This is Nobu the Cookbook. This is a seafood-based cookbook. All recipes in here, almost all of them, seafood. I picked it up for $4.99 and it retails for $37 here in the US. This is the debut cookbook of master sushi chef Nobuyuki Matsuhisa, featuring several of his signature dishes from several of his seafood restaurants across America and around the world, including a very compelling, poignant, and adventurous introduction by Matsuhisa to boot, and an opening congratulatory letter from partner in the Nobu restaurants, yes, Robert De Niro. For those influencing couples who choose sushi as their emergency Corday last resort for their date night, well, then this is the type of sushi that you'll want to think of. Unfortunately, here we have a little imperfection with one of the pages in this book. You see here? Some of the page has actually been cut out and is missing. And the bottom of the page here has been taped to the top of the page here, which, if you turn it around, makes it really uneven to read. So we're missing some ingredients for this vinegar sushi rice and some instructions. Plus, instructions and recipes for how to make the soft shell crab roll, house roll, salmon skin roll, right here. So that's not cool. Well, okay, I take that back. At least we have the soft shell crab roll recipe. We also have recipes for house special rolls and salmon skin rolls and sea eel dragon roll with sushi, along with a separate recipe for making the boiled sea eel, which is required for the sea eel roll and sushi. This goes beyond sushi, and definitely goes beyond any American standard repertoire of sushi recipes that they might have had at their local sushi restaurant if they ever were lucky enough to splurge and attend and dine at, single or otherwise. I have to say, a lot of the ingredients in here call for a trip to your ethnic specialty food stores, or you might have to source them out online or by phone. Some of them might be a little hard to procure, and they don't really give you plenty of substitutions for if you can't find those key Japanese ingredients to make these recipes here stand out. So that's kind of a bummer. But they do give you a helpful resources guide at the end if you do want to seek out some of the exotic ingredients that the recipes in here call for. Some that the recipes will feel incomplete without. Plus, a guide to making your own sauces and salsas that will serve as key condiments and ingredients for some of the recipes in here. So there's that to think about too, which is also helpful. A glossary of Japanese ingredients, plus 4 dinner menu ideas right here. As far as the main attraction, the seafood goes, well, in photographs, some of the pictures here are just startling. They're so lifelike with seafood that's still alive that it might just startle you a little bit. Like that crab and these shrimp. Goodness gracious, they're still alive. Shrimp, crab, sea bass, and octopus. And for the record, screened ink soba. So yeah, this is definitely one of the more exotic cookbooks I've ever purchased, but it's definitely legit because it's from one of the masters of his craft, Chef Nobu. And outside of the recipe photography, the photography of his restaurants across America and around the world, along with his description of all the restaurants and all the amenities and what makes them so lively, and of course, key dining attractions to visit whenever you visit their local areas. Well, it all just ties this together. We end with a congratulatory letter from Ken Takakura. He is a well-known actor and Chef Nobu's hero. This is a guide to some of his more famous Nobu restaurants around the world, mainly across America. But of course, there is one in Tokyo, Japan, because why wouldn't there be? Nobu, Tokyo. The celebrity acclaim here, from titans of the culinary world and the worlds of stage and screen, is off the charts. Robert De Niro's preface, Martha Stewart, Steven Spielberg, former President Bill Clinton, Madonna, Giorgio Armani, Kenny G, who's actually one of the other partners in Nobu restaurants, tennis titan Andre Agassi, Cindy Crawford, the late Robin Williams, and Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, co-stars of Titanic. And of course, Chef Nobu's colleagues in the food industry, Daniel Boulud, Paul Bocuse, Alan Ducasse, Mark Hitch, Thomas Keller, Ellen Lagasse, Wolfgang Puck, Charlie Trotter, Roger Vaday, Jean Georges Vongo Victon, Tetsuo Wakuda, and Marco Pierre White. Well, need I say more? Yes, this is definitely a cookbook you're gonna have to put a lot of effort into bringing alive. But at the end of the day, it's a cookbook worth devouring for your eyes and your stomach. Because of the imperfection with one of the pages in here, I have to give this 4 out of 5 claps. Although I don't like TikTok, I recognize that TikTok is no place for cowardly couples. Be brave. Be strong. Make it an at-home date night out of recreating Chef Nobu's extremely eclectic cuisine to the best of your ability. Because it's all in the effort that guarantees you smooth sailing on social media's high seas to bragging rights. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side.